In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. His final creation was a garden, a paradise called Eden. Adam, formed from the dust of the earth, was given life by the breath of God. Eve, crafted from Adam's rib, became his companion and partner.
Eden was a place of abundance. Lush vegetation carpeted the ground, bearing delicious fruits.
Adam and I, innocent and pure, lived in harmony with creation and with our Creator. God granted us dominion over all living creatures and allowed us to enjoy the bounty of the garden. There was only one restriction, a single tree in the middle of the garden, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. From this tree we were commanded not to eat.
One day, as Eve wandered through the garden, she encountered a cunning serpent.
Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?
We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say, "You must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die."
You will not certainly die, for God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil.
The serpent's words were like poison, slowly seeping into Eve's heart, planting seeds of doubt and discontent. The fruit, once forbidden and unappealing, now seemed desirable, a key to hidden knowledge and power. The more Eve looked at the fruit, the more enticing it became. She reached out, plucked the fruit from the tree, and took a bite.
The taste was intoxicating, unlike anything I'd ever experienced. A sense of exhilaration washed over me, followed by a sinking feeling as I realized the magnitude of my actions. I had disobeyed God's direct command.
Her initial fear, however, was quickly replaced by a desire to share this newfound knowledge with Adam. She found Adam, and with excitement she offered him the fruit.
Eve had eaten the forbidden fruit. I was overcome with a wave of love for her and a sense of fear for what this meant. Without hesitation, I too took a bite of the fruit.
In that moment, the world shifted. Instead of gaining divine knowledge, they became aware of their nakedness, a vulnerability they had never before experienced. The once bright world of Eden seemed to dim as shame and fear gripped Adam and Eve's hearts.
Where once we felt comfortable in our nakedness, now we feel exposed and ashamed.
Frantically, they sought to cover themselves, sewing fig leaves together to make makeshift garments.
We heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and we hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. Fear, a foreign emotion in the paradise of Eden, now pulsed through their veins. They cowered in the shadows, dreading the inevitable encounter with their Creator.
God, in his omniscience, knew what had transpired. He called out to Adam.
"Where are you?"
His voice, once a source of comfort and guidance, now echoed with a tinge of sorrow and disappointment.
We were afraid because we were naked, so we hid.
Adam, his voice trembling, confessed their disobedience. God, in his perfect justice, pronounced consequences for their actions.
"To the serpent, cursed are you above all livestock and all wild animals. You will crawl on your belly, and you will eat dust all the days of your life. To Eve, I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful toil you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. And to Adam, cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil, you will eat food from it all the days of your life. By the sweat of your brow, you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you will return."
Their punishment was a stark contrast to the paradise they had known. After pronouncing their judgments, God made garments of skin for Adam and Eve and clothed them. He then banished them from the Garden of Eden, placing cherubim and a flaming sword flashing back and forth to guard the way to the tree of life.
"You must leave this place. The world outside the garden awaits you."
The expulsion from Eden was a heart-wrenching separation. The world outside the garden was vastly different, a realm of unknowns, challenges, and hardships. Yet amidst the sorrow and loss, there was a glimmer of hope.
Go now and face the world with the strength given to you.
God, in his infinite mercy, had not abandoned his children. Their sin had brought consequences, but it had not severed the connection between God and humanity. We will face this new world together, with hope in our hearts.
This is not the end, but a new beginning.